All right, I'm so excited to be back with you for the business energy reading for December 2019. We have quite a lot going on here. I'm going to jump right into it. The first thing I want to do is to really, I pulled a card I haven't pulled before. It comes from Miracles Now, and here it is here, and here's the card here. I begin my day with love. So this is kind of the overall arch of the December business energy reading, to begin your day with love. So what are you going to do to begin your day? And I really want you to think about this. Let me put this down here for a moment. I really want you to think about how are you going to begin every day with love. It is so important. So beginning your day with love can look like waking up and immediately smiling. Waking up and going into gratitude. Waking up and thinking about one loving thing that you can do for someone else. How can you begin each and every day with love? You know, one of the things that I do is I hold all my clients. I hold a container for my clients. And part of my prayer meditation time is spent thinking and transmitting energy and love to my clients. So maybe that is a way that you would like to begin your day too. So think about what you can do to begin every day with love and how can really transform your business. So let's get on with this business energy reading. I've got 4 decks for you here. Deck 1, Deck 2, Deck 3, and Deck 4. Again, Deck 1, Deck 2, Deck 3, and Deck 4. Pick the deck, and I really want you to take a moment to close your eyes and allow a number to come to you. I kind of put these crystals out here to just kind of make it pop. But honestly, I don't want you to pick with your eyes. I want you to pick with your heart. Hand over heart, take a moment, meditate on it. If you need to, pause the video till that number comes, and we're going to get started. Okay, so if you chose deck number 1, we've got a few things for you here. Our first card we have up, let's look at this, is Tantric Union, Warrior. We have Yin Yang. I've been talking a lot about that. We've got Perception. We've got our Knight of Wands, our 4 of Wands, and our Ace of Wands. You are on fire in December. Okay, so let's see what story this is going to tell us for your December. Whew. So I love to see these 2 cards together. Let's just start here with Tantric Union and our Yin Yang. I think this is really important, and to have these 2 cards come up in the reading together. And that's because I know I've been talking a lot about integration, the masculine and the feminine, and it's not necessarily about 50-50 balance. So it's interesting to me to see this come up again, and for those of you into numerology, this is card 40. In case that has special meaning to you. So to see these 2 come up in your reading means this is really about you moving in and finding that equilibrium, that perfect ratio for you in your business. I think sometimes I work with women and they have swung so far in their masculine, in their business, they can barely see straight, right? They become just really out of touch. And then I've worked with other women that are so in their feminine, they're scared to have any structure whatsoever in their business. And they just constantly want to kind of wing it, so to speak. And there is room for both, because there is room for both in each one of us. So make sure you're making that room in your business. Okay, so we also have here Perception, which is really beautiful. So what I'm seeing here, with perception. And again, for those of you with numerology, this is card 39. That's crazy. Okay, so what I'm really seeing here with perception is really looking in your business to see what's going to blossom. It's kind of having a different outlook. Now, this is very interesting to come up, kind of tweaking or retooling of your brand. And I hate saying brand is just colors and font, but it might be something simple like that. It might be dialing it in a little tighter in your languaging, something like that. This is going to change the perception of how your market is seeing you. So make sure to really take a look at that. And I want to double down with how you're speaking, the language that you're using in your copy when you're doing lives or whatever it might be. Make sure that that language is super dialed in. All right, so let's move on to our next one here, which is Warrior. This is telling actually a really interesting story. Even before I get to Warrior, when you think about it, if you're finding that right ratio of the masculine and the feminine as you're running your business, and that will automatically help you dial in your language so you can really be seen in your marketplace. All right, so we have the Warrior here. It's interesting. We have the Knight coming up too. We have the Warrior here and the light attributes, and this is like an archetype you need to look at this month. That's going to support you. The Warrior, light attributes is strength, skill, discipline, toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice and conquering the ego. And there might be a lot of ego associated when we're thinking about our masculine and feminine stuff here. The shadow attributes, trading ethical principles for victory at any cost. Indifference to suffering inflicted upon others. So those are definitely the things that you want to be aware of. Those are the things you really want to watch out for because you don't want that to happen. So be aware of those things, but really lean into those light attributes. Right? Do what you can to conquer the ego, which I think will bring in that just right balance for you. So let's see what the rest of our story is telling us. There's going to be a lot of energy for you in December, which is pretty darn exciting. A lot of energy. I like that the Warrior and the Knight both came up. The Knight coming back, more of a warrior type, so that's some energy for you as well. And you're just looking at some amazing things happening in your world. So you have the Knight of Wands, the Four of Wands, the Ace of Wands. And like I said, there's a lot coming to you. There's a lot of ability to make things happen. But again, make sure that you have the right balance of your masculine and feminine, because there's going to be so much energy. It's going to feel like probably a lot of masculine energy coming in, that you're going to really want to be aware of it. You're going to want to make sure that you're really invoking your Warrior here so that you know that you have everything coming together, that you're not playing in the ego, because all of this fire can really have you playing in your ego. Okay, so we've got some new ideas coming. That's what I'm seeing with the Ace of Wands. That's coming in December. I know I talked about in the new moon energy reading about bringing something into fruition that's been developing. So I see that definitely in the Ace of Wands. And then in our Four of Wands here, I'm just, again, seeing more energy. There's so much energy in this reading. And really knowing that energy is going to provide you an amazing foundation. So use it. Totally lean into it. And just don't let it consume you. Right? Don't let all that consume you. So that's all I have if you chose deck number 1. All right, if you chose deck number 2, let's get started with your reading. All right, so we've got here, Heaven on Earth, Visionary, Jewel with a Teardrop, Goddess of Creation. Let me just move this over so you guys can see. We've also got the Emperor, the Ace of Cups, and the King of Swords. Whoa! We've got a story to tell for you, deck number 2. All right, so let's get looking at this right now. We've got heaven on earth. And this is just means like amazing things happening in your December. And actually, that's a lot of what I'm seeing. A lot of wonderful, beautiful, kind of like miraculous, so to speak, things happening for you in December. So I see some really beautiful blessings happening in your business. We've got the jewel within a teardrop, which is all about appreciation, spirituality, emotional reconnection. It's card 10 for those of you who are into numerology. I really love this card too, along with the Goddess of Creation, which is card number 7. It's almost like you've burned away so much gunk. You have culled your programs, your services, right? You've really gone lean, and now you are totally connected, right? You have really pulled into that spiritual side. You've transformed yourself, and now you're just really looking to reap those rewards. You've realized what isn't true for you in your business at this moment. So I'm really excited about that, because most people don't get to that. They just have offering upon offering upon offering without realizing you only need a few that really speak to those that you're called to serve. And now that you've gotten it down to those few, you're living that heaven on earth. So let's look over here and see our archetype that's going to support us this month, which is visionary. Okay, the visionary. The light attributes are capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. I love this. The shadow attributes is selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. Do you. Just do you. That might help you cull away some more so you can really lean into this heaven on earth. When you just do you and you do what is the truest thing for you, what you really are excited to share, and just have those few things out there. It isn't about personal gain. I like how it talks about this in the visionary. You don't need to chase money. Right? If you chose deck 2, you don't need to chase money. Money will come to you. You will be supported. You don't have to worry about that. Just be the truest form of you, right? Lean out everything else and just be the truest form of you. That is what's going to bring you over here to heaven on earth. So let's see what we've got here with the Emperor. I think it's so amazing that we have the Emperor in this position. Right down here telling the rest of our story, along with the Ace of Cups and the King of Swords. And the King of Swords and the Emperor, to me, are so similar. There's this thing that we play in our minds where we feel like we have to have it all together. Don't let that procrastination fool you. The king has realized they can use other people, right? They can have, I don't like using the word use. They can have other people support them. They can use that wisdom to figure out those people who are going to be in the highest and best use in different places. That's what you're doing in your business. So the other piece I would say is get the support that you need. 1. 2, make sure when you're being the youiest you, right? When you really are being that visionary, you're only doing what's in your highest and best, what your highest and best is, your zone of genius. That's really what I'm seeing here. Play in your zone of genius. It might be something different than it used to be, right? There's that transformation that's going on for you in December. So don't be afraid of making a change, as long as that change is because it really is another layer of you and you've uncovered, and now that's showing and it's ready to come forward. That is a big thing that I'm seeing for you, and I think that's what's coming here with the Ace of Cups, that newness. And it could be raw, it could be a little emotional to let that shine out there, but that's what's going to make all the difference in your business, and that's what's going to make all the difference for your clients and your future clients, because they need to see that part of you, right? They need it. Here I'm just looking at Jewel Within a Teardrop. I know it's not even in there, but that's what that synergy I'm feeling there. It's that little piece that to other people might be of no consequence, that's really going to bring things forward for you. Now, with the Emperor, the other thing I really want us to remember is it's representative of Aries, all that fire energy and those thoughts and that bursting forth of a new thing, which is why I love it here with the Ace of Cups. It's kind of that synergy that's going to happen. It's that burst of mental, of like sheer will, okay? That new idea that feels like it's like gonna consume you, and it gets thrown in with the other kind of newness with that Ace of Cups and the emotion. So it's like this huge crescendo that's coming up where whatever this is that's coming forward for you in December, you will not be able to squash it. It is coming one way or another. This vision's going to be lived. And this vision for you is going to change everything. Everything. And like I said, it's there's going to be where you're going to wonder a little bit if it came from your mind, if it came from your heart, if this is divine or not divine with that King of Swords. But know that it is divine. Know that this was a download for you, and that is why there's such a push within you to share it. So I'm super excited to hear what's coming up for you in December, what you're feeling right now. Let me know in the comments. I'm excited for you, Deck 2, and that's what I have for you today. Deck 3. Here we go. What do we got for you? You've got here... Ooh, answered prayer. Gambler. Well, you want to pop out on here? Go ahead. Evolution. Ganesh. The Seven of Cups. Temperance. And the Ace of Pentacles. Guys, this is deck chooser number 3. Let me tell you, this is something powerful going on here for you for December 2019 in your business. Wow. Just overall, I want to say even the previous 2, there's just been a lot of coming forward things that are new, and it's like it's on steroids with you guys. It's crazy. So let's look at this. We've got answered prayer. So whatever it is that you've been looking for to have happen, that you wanted to have happen in your business, December, it's happening. So whatever that is, that goal that you wanted, that thing that you want to have manifest, whether it is more revenue, more clients, new ideas, whatever it is, here it is. It's here. It's just waiting for you. Okay, so I love that with answered prayers. And then we have evolution, earth changes, climate change, transformation. I am just seeing straight up transformation. And I think that's what's happening with your answered prayer. I don't, like Deck Chooser, sorry, I don't know what that prayer that was that you had, but I think it has a lot to do with transformation. So for those of you in numerology, this is card number 45, in case that means something to you. And then we have Ganesh, which is clearing away obstacles, protection, and guidance, which is beautiful. This is card 31. And again, it's crazy when I look at that with answered prayer. Come on. The way has been made for you in December, for sure. The way has been made. Now we're going to look at the archetype that you can lean into for support. As how much more support do you guys need for December? But the archetype you can lean into for support for December, which is going to be the gambler. Willingness to follow your intuition even when others doubt you. So it might look, this is actually really good to know. It might look a little crazy on the outside what's going on. Like, why are you just doing this thing? Lean into your intuition. The way has been made for you. Your prayer has been answered. They're leaning into your intuition here, I think, is really on that evolution card. There's still a little bit that you're going to have to do to get into energetic alignment, and that's where your intuition is going to come in. On the shadow side, it's relying on luck rather than hard work. There's going to be some work involved. But sometimes work feels like play, and that's what I'm getting for you right now. It's other people are going to be like, that's too much. It's going to feel like play to you to actually do the work that you're going to need to do to get into alignment to bring this all together. And yeah, I'm just seeing like a lot of happiness, like explosions of happiness, some good funds coming in as well. So if yours was about money, I'm seeing that here with the Ace of Pentacles. Also, I'm seeing fun. I'm seeing fun with the Seven of Cups for whatever reason. I'm seeing a lot of fun. So I think that this December is going to be a lot of fun for you. And then we have Temperance. So here's Temperance, which amazingly is associated with Sagittarius. And not all of December is going to make a difference, but for part of it, because really the new moon was in Sagittarius. That was in at the end of November. So that energy is going to linger on up into December. But it's really just with everything going on, with everything coming into fruition for you, your prayers being answered, the way being made for you, and all this kind of fun, getting into that vibration, there is going to be that need for temperance. There is going to be that, because you can kind of get swept up into what's going on in your business as everything starts kind of like coming up rosy exactly the way you want. Count your blessings, right? Be in gratitude. Really take the time to get into your practice. So you probably have some kind of morning practice or evening practice or both, where you're doing meditation, prayers, yoga, whatever it is. Make sure that you're really grounding yourself that way. Because it can become very easy for you this month to get swept up into all the yumminess coming into your business and then watch it all slip away just as quickly. We want it to stay, so we want to anchor into this. We want to ground, so keep your morning and evening practice together. That's what I got for you for choosers of deck 3. Okay, so if you chose deck 4, here we are with deck 4. And we've got Earth Connection, Athlete, Thinking of You, Nine of Hearts, the Page of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the Four of Swords. Okay, we've got a lot of mental energy going on here at the bottom. Let's see what we've got here at the top. Let's start here with our Earth Connection. Earth Connection. So here we've got the Earth Connection, which I think, again, is really important. That's telling me that over December 2019, bring in nature. Bring in nature to your business. Maybe that means you're going out in the nature to create. Maybe you're shooting videos outside, or at least with some kind of floral fauna going on. Being more grounded in general, but definitely bring that piece in. We've got Thinking of You, which is card number 29, Loving Thought, Serendipity. Oh, this is awesome. And the Nine of Hearts, which is card number 37, Fulfillment, Harmony, and Protection. I do see that. Okay. Let me kind of bring all three of these together. So the main thing I'm seeing here is you've got a mentor, maybe someone who's wanting to help you. They're thinking hard about you. I'm not seeing that it's necessarily a client, but more or less a mentor, someone from your past they would love it if you would reach out. They've been thinking hard about you. So whoever's popping in your mind right now, that's who you need to reach out to. They have something they want to share with you. It might even be doing a collaboration of some sort. I'm not necessarily seeing that if it's a collaboration, I'm not seeing that like you talk and you do it the next day. I see that it's kind of a journey. So it might be a collaboration you're doing and you actually present something to the public in the spring or in the first quarter of the year, something like that. But that's what I'm seeing for you there. That's really super interesting. Okay, let me move over to athlete. Athlete, we're going to talk about the light attributes, dedication to transcending physical limitations, including handicaps, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. Now, the athlete's going to be that thing you're going to lean into in December to really help you move with the energy. The shadow attributes, misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability, and entitlement. Big. I think somehow this mentor or whoever it is from your past that really wants to collab with you or to help you is going to be don't feel like the entitlement part hit me there. So don't feel like they're entitled to help you, or maybe this is someone where you kind of felt entitled about in the past and that there was a splitting of the ways. This is the opportunity to reach back out. But leaning into his light attribute to the athlete, this is going to be about personal willpower and strength of spirit going through December. Okay, so this is going to be a time where things are coming together. It's kind of like things are germinating. Okay, your December is a lot about things germinating. Like I said, this mentor, someone that you're collabing with, this is germination for stuff to come forward. And I even see this now with the Page of Wands. It's going to be exciting to reconnect, right? To have that message come through, but it's still about collaboration. So there's a lot of, oh, wow. Okay. Don't be so guarded, right? Just be totally open. I'm seeing that there's this desire with this Five of Swords to be really guarded and maybe not fully share what's going on with the mentor or whoever it is that you're going to collaborate with. Normally, I'm the person that says, keep your ideas undercover. But in this case, you don't have to keep your ideas undercover. This is someone that you can actually trust. So really trust that person to help you bring this thing into fruition, or that collaboration that you're doing. This is a person that you can trust. And what I'm seeing here with the Four of Swords is this is where it's going to be all about just really building that foundation that's needed. And like I said, this is something that's going to come into play in the spring, like in the first quarter of the year. But right now it's building all of it together, especially what's mentally needed. It's kind of like that meeting of the minds. Yeah, that's what this is. It's like the meeting of the minds that's going to happen, to where it's going to be something so strong that's being developed here. And again, that's only helping you with that strength of spirit. That's, that's what you're leaning into this December, and that's going to really help that way as well. So that's what I have for you if you chose deck number 4. December is going to be wonderful. I would love to hear who you were thinking about below in the comments. And with that, I say peace, joy, love to you.